What's going on, guys? ChillisFM here, taking a look at a triple non-legendary team in the Master League Classic. Now, as y'all probably know, I don't have a ton of really good legendary Pokemon, so I have kind of been staying away from the Master League. Even though I really enjoyed it last season with the shifts, I'm like, I don't know if I really want to have to learn this again. And then again, I just don't have the best Pokemon for it as I'm trying to climb currently. But I know a lot of you are in the same boat, right? And a lot of you are probably getting tired of the Little Cup. I know for me, queue times have actually got bad in the Little Cup. Once I got into the mid 2700s, I was having to wait 2 to 3 minutes for a game. I know that's not the worst, but enough that it's like, well, if I need to get through my games quickly, I don't really want to play Little Cup at this point. So I was like, you know what? Let's put together a triple non-legendary team. That way, most people will have access to these Pokemon, have good IV ones. You might have to use an Elite TM to get some of these Community Day moves. Meteor Mash is a must on Metagross, and Hydro Cannon is a must on Swampert. You definitely do not need Draco Meteor on your Dragonite. I was running it just because of this Dragonite already had it on it. However, I really think Hurricane's going to be better in this meta. There was a lot of times where I was up against a Fairy type. I would have got to the Hurricane if I had it, but instead I had to Draco Meteor them, which does quite a bit less damage since it is double resisted. So don't use an Elite TM for that. I'm probably going to end up taking Draco Meteor off. I'm going to try it out a little bit more, but yeah, I'm probably going to take it off, to be honest. There's just too many Zacian, too many Togekiss out there to really justify having it on. So we're going to be jumping into some of these battles soon. I did want to mention that today is a double feature today. So I do have a Little Cup video. I will link it up here. It's featuring Shadow Dragonite, which just shreds through Pokemon. I mean, my goodness. Like if y'all seen some of my shorts, you might have already seen the team. But I had to put out a full feature because it actually helped me get to the expert rank, and then this team's helped me climb all the way up into the 2800s. So I've been very happy with how these teams have been performing. Definitely wanted to showcase both of them, so y'all had something to work off of. All right, so let's go ahead and jump on into some of these battles. Able to take the win right there. I'm going to try to showcase some challenging leads. I ran into so many Togekiss leads yesterday when I was first trying out this team. I was like, well, that doesn't really make a good feature if I'm just hard countering all the leads. So I'm going to put a mix. So this is a good lead for me with Lugia. We're going to be doing neutral while resisting everything that Lugia is throwing at us. They are staying in, which is a big hint to me that they are double weak to Metagross. So I'm going to be going straight for this first Meteor Mash. We'll see if they are able to make it to the Aeroblast. I don't remember if they're able to if I go straight Meteor Mash. Yeah, they just threw before they were even at it. So I'm not going to show the Sky Attack for sure. Sky Attack does basically nothing. I mean, Lugia is so bulky and Metagross resisted, so no reason to show that. Going for the next Meteor Mash. Let's see what they want to do. They're going to eat it, and they are going to be able to get off the next Sky Attack. So that's fine. I am going to eat it. We'll be a little bit low, but still healthy enough to be able to get off another Meteor Mash against some Pokemon. So they're going to be coming in with Ho-Oh. I'm immediately swapping out into Swampert to lure out the Zacian. So that is great for me. We lured out the Zacian. We can throw the Hydro Cannon here. These Hydro Cannons do quite a bit to Zacian. I mean, you need 3 of them to KO or 2 plus a bunch of Mud Shots, but we're very spammy, so we're going to be able to get off the second one. We get a shield there. That is phenomenal for me. I'm surprised they didn't try to save 2 shields for the Ho-Oh, knowing I had that Metagross still alive. But I guess they're thinking they can maybe take out the Metagross. So I'm going to get to this next Hydro Cannon, and I'm going to no shield. I'm going to go ahead and let this go. I think it's going to be a close combat. It is. That debuffs their defense, and now I'm going to come in and try to just farm down. They do get to another move, but they're like at 1 HP. I know that my Dragonite can win with 2 shields against that Ho-Oh, even though Ho-Oh does have an energy lead. So I am going to save my shields there. So more than likely, this is just going to be an Earthquake bait, but I do want to shield it up just in case. By the way, Dragonite does survive 1 Brave Bird, so it's not the worst thing to no shield that, but it's definitely a lot safer to just throw up the shield. So going to throw the Dragon Claws back to back. This will get the Ho-Oh very low. Won't be enough to take them out, but let's see if they make it to their next attack. Yeah, they're already at their next attack, so I do have to shield this up, knowing that it's probably the Brave Bird, and knowing that that Zacian really has no energy. Yeah, and they realize that it's over. they top left, and that's going to be a GG's. Well played to my opponent. All right, jumping on into the next one, up against a Togekiss lead. So I did include a Togekiss lead here. They are going to be swapping into Giratina. I'm going to be coming out with my Dragonite. Now, I was a little bit slow on the swap, which can be very costly. Now, normally Dragonite's going to win this in the one shield. Even though I was a little bit slow, I should be able to win this in the one shield. But I did have to let that first Dragon Claw come through, and I think they have a chance to flip switch if they want to use both their shields. So I'm going to be throwing my Dragon Claw now a little bit before they get to their next Dragon Claw. Let's see what they want to do. They do throw up a shield, and they are able to get to the next Dragon Claw before me. So I have to give up my second shield. Not feeling too great about that, but you know, if I can keep switch, it's going to be pretty good. So I'm going to go for this Dragon Claw now. Let's see if they also want to go down 2 shields. They do, so that's not great because they do outspam me, and they're going to be able to take out my Dragonite. So that means my Swampert is going to be aligned with that Togekiss. I know I'm going to need a lot of energy on my Swampert, so I'm coming in and I am just going to commit to the farm down. They throw just as I'm getting to the Hydro Cannon. I guess they thought I was going to throw it, and it's just the Dragon Claw, no big deal. I mean, I guess it just makes sense for them to go for the Dragon Claw there anyway. So I have 2 Hydro Cannons ready to go. Of course, Togekiss is coming back in. I'm going to go ahead and dump one of these just to do some nice chip damage. And then I'm going to be swapping into my Metagross. They have a Kyogre in the back, of course. They are resisting all of our steel type attacks, but we can go straight for the earthquakes since shields are down. It does do a lot of damage, but we are still going to need a Meteor Mash to be able to take out this Kyogre, and they are at their surf. So does this surf KO a Metagross? It does not. Are we able to get to the Meteor Mash? Yes, we are. But again, this is resisted. Is this enough to take out Kyogre? Yes, it is. All right, so we still have to deal with this Togekiss, get a little bit of chip one from the quick move right there. And here is the next Hydro Cannon. Is this enough to take out the Togekiss? No, it's not. Not going to be able to mud shot down. It is double resisted, but we are able to barely make it to the next Hydro Cannon. This will KO the Togekiss. That's going to be a GG's. Well played to my opponent. They made a really nice play. Winning switch there. It was almost enough for them to take the game, but luckily being able to farm up with Swampert, have that energy lead is what won me that game. All right, into the next one, up against a Giratina lead. We immediately swap into Swampert. Like I said, it's not the best matchup. We do have to land the Earthquakes, but if I can land the Earthquakes, it's not terrible. So I'm going to actually no-shield this, knowing it's the Shadow Ball, and they do decide to swap out into the Togekiss. So I do have back-to-back Hydro Cannons ready to go. This will do some nice chip damage. Will not, of course, KO this Togekiss. You need 3 of them for sure. But we'll see what they want to do. They're not going to shield anything. Of course, they know I'm going to come in with Metagross and farm them down. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to straight farm down, not going to throw anything. I wasn't even there to throw anything. And unfortunately, my switch clock's not quite up, so I am going to stay in, throw this Meteor Mash. It's going to do some nice chip damage anyways, and then I can swap into my Dragonite. Let's see what their answer is. Well, they're actually staying in, so I'm going to go straight for the Dragon Claw. I want to throw it before they are able to swap out. There's no reason to really overfarm, because if they come in with something, or if they catch on something that resists Dragon Claw, then they're going to be resisting the Draco Meteor anyways, so like, what's the point there? Which they do. They have a Zacian in the back. I'm going to be building up to the Draco for 2 reasons. Number 1, it's going to do the most damage. And number 2, I want them to throw before I'm at the potential Hurricane. So let's see. Was this a CMP tie? It was. That is perfect for me. I'm going to go ahead and eat this Play Rough, and yeah, they undercharge it. Very nice undercharge, but my switch clock is up. So I'm going to come in with my Metagross, and my only win con here is to be able to farm down. So I'm going to shield up this first close combat. But of course, Zacian is just so spammy with the close combats. Luckily, this only hits for neutral. That's the advantage of having Metagross as your steel type. It only takes neutral from fighting type moves, and I am going to be able to chunk this Meteor Mash into their Giratina, and they don't think that they can snarl me down, so they top left. You love to see it. Let's go. Jumping into the next one, Metagross up against a Ho-Oh lead. So that's a terrible lead for my Metagross. I'm going to be swapping immediately into Swampert. Swampert actually loses against Ho-Oh, by the way, but it's enough to scare most Ho-Ohs away. So they're going to be coming out with Zacian. Of course, spammy Zacian is everywhere right now. I'm going to be building up and going for the Hydro Cannon. So this second one will be putting Zacian very low. It will not KO them. and we'll see how they want to play this out. So I'm going to go ahead and eat this first one. Might be the close combat, could be the play rough. It is the play rough, no big deal. I can go for the next Hydro Cannon. This should be demanding a shield from them, or I get Switch. I mean, Switch would be even better for me. No, it does get a shield from them. I'm fine by this though. I'm going to try to win Switch here. I am going to throw up a shield. If they want to go down shields, that's fine, but they actually decide to swap out. They come in with a Dialga. I definitely should have held on to this energy because this is resisted. I could have just immediately swapped into my Metagross. A little bit of a misplay by me, but it's going to be okay. I'm building up to the Earthquake, going straight for it. I don't think that they're going to want to shield this Dialga, but we'll see how they want to play it. So I'm going to go straight for it, not shielding the Iron Head. Do they want to use their final shield? No, they do not. What are they going to come in with? Of course, the Ho-Oh to farm me down. So I should be able to reach one Meteor Mash. This is resisted, but Meteor Mash is a pretty good move, so it will do a nice chunk of damage. I mean, puts them about half health. So now I can come in with my Dragonite, knowing that this thing is loaded on energy. And at this point, I kind of have to make a call, right? Like, all right, I'm calling the Earthquake, and it's the Brave Bird. They knew they could Brave Bird and dip. But still, like I said, we survive it. We are resisting the Incinerates, and I am at the back-to-back Dragon Claw. So now I can shield up this next Earthquake and go for the back-to-backs right here. The first one should get their shield. Let's see it. What you gonna do? Yeah, of course they're gonna shield. And the second one will be enough to take this Ho-Oh out, and that's going to be a GG's. Well played to my opponent, able to overcome the Ho-Oh lead. So there is some play against these hard counter leads, guys. There really is. Moving into the next one, up against the Excadrill. So again, hard counter lead. Really, it beats two of my Pokemon. My only answer is Swampert, but I go ahead and bring it in, hoping that I can play an energy game later on and be able to take out that Excadrill. So I'm going to be going straight for the Earthquake against this Dialga. Interesting swap in by my opponent. I should be able to get both shields off of them. They're building up and not throwing. They definitely should have thrown by now. I mean, even the Iron Head would have threatened to shield for me, but they don't. So I'm able to take them out with the Quake. That is so good for me. So now I'm going to be going for the Hydro Cannon against this Lugia. They probably meant to come in with Lugia in the first place because Lugia has a much better matchup against my Swampert. But, you know, is what it is. I'm going to be coming in now with my Metagross. Don't want to see this on my Dragonite since I will be taking super effective damage from their fast move Dragon Tail. They're going to land the Aeroblast. It hurts, but I know I have to save my shields for this Excadrill. Luckily, Excadrill is still very glassy in the Master League, so I'm going to be going straight for the Dragon Claws here just to do some nice chip damage, and they are going to have to throw at me. So I can definitely survive one Rock Slide, so I do decide to no-shield this first one, knowing that they will probably get to 3 anyways. Yeah, so they're already at the second one. I mean, I can probably get to the next Dragon Claw before they get to a third one, but they do have a shield if they want to use it. So I think I just decided to go for the farm down, knowing that all this energy can be very helpful against that Lugia. So let's see how this plays out. I am able to farm down, and I'm almost at the Draco. I decided to go straight for the Draco, thinking that they aren't going to want to shield the Dragon Claw. But they do throw up a shield, so I might have found the lose con here. I'm going to go for the Meteor Mash. This will do some nice neutral damage, but it will not one-shot. I will still need another Meteor Mash, and they are getting energy very quickly. They are at the Sky Attack. Can Metagross hold on after this Sky Attack enough to get to the next Meteor Mash? It's going to be close. And we get to the Meteor Mash. This will KO the Lugia. That's going to be a GG's. Well played to my opponent. What a sweaty battle. Definitely just go for the Dragon Claw. I had back-to-back Dragon Claws that could have made that game a lot easier. But GG's. Alright, so that was the final battle. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this team. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit that like button as well. Thank y'all for watching. And until next time, this is ChillisFM reminding you to always keep pushing forward.